What it do? What it do? What it do? What it do? It's your boy OG Bamm, Joe Farrow in the house. Hey, hey, sweetheart, how you doing? How you doing? Hey, what it do? What it do? It's your boy Sunday morning. Questions and answers. Tap on up in here, man. Y'all get on up in here, man. Get on up in here. Get on up in here, man. I might have a surprise guest just tap on up in here if you tap on up in here. Oh, nephew, I got a nephew, man. I be having nephews coming up off YouTube, man. So y'all get on with it, man. Let's make it do what it do, man. Hey, I ran into FG last night, man. Had a ball with my boy. We chopped it up for like an hour, man. Kicked it, man. You know what I mean? Check this out. In the process of kicking it, a brother walks up and give me dap. He say my name and everything. He said, "What's up, Bam?" I kind of, I was like nonchalant. I was like nonchalant with it at first. Top of the morning solo, I was low key nonchalant with it, right? And my partner, he said, man, what's up? Then we got to talking. My youngest nephew is his nephew. His niece is my nephew's mother, right? And it just goes to show you how small the world is, and you can run into people that you might not think you know, but they know you. And it ain't no form of animosity, ain't no threats, ain't no form of pay. We sat there, man, me and him and FG and the rest of the little motorcycle club. We kicked it, man. So shouts out to my boy, FG the general, man. T, what it do, baby? What it do with you, T? Top of the morning to you, man. Y'all come on, this Sunday morning questions and answers. You got your question, man, I had an answer. Y'all get on up here, wise people talking bad on Magnificent 7, OG. Wise people talking bad. I got to check that out, man, on Magnificent 7. What they talking about, T? What they talking about? Enlighten me to what they talking about, man. You understand what I'm saying? Is they talking bad about Bam? Is they just talking about bad about the movement that people is trying to create? Because watch this, man. When a person want to talk bad, wise people, when people want to talk bad, it's basically because they mad because they didn't come up with the suggestion or the idea, want to execute a plan to make things better in anybody's community. You understand what I'm saying? See, what I'm learning to do with today in my life, man, is surround people that got something to lose. Because if I surround myself with people that don't have nothing to lose and I got something to lose, they don't give a fuck if I take the loss. So we got to start focusing our energy in the right direction instead of in the wrong direction. The wrong direction sometimes is a negative direction. So let's stay focused on the positive. Let's stay focused on the positive. God woke us up this morning, so we got a whole lot to be thankful for, man. God give you a life to manage, and it's on you to manage it. OG Q's. All right, I'm gonna check it out. I got to check that out. Wise people talking bad on Magnificent 7, OG. You feel me? Watch this. I don't know why they want to talk about Magnificent 7. Magnificent 7 was with it. You understand what I'm saying? So hey, let it be what it be, man. I still ain't understanding, but we gonna figure it out though, T. But how y'all doing so far, man? How y'all going, man? Check this out, man. I tapped into my homie Gangsters Live last night. Called it late. I couldn't tap in while it was going on, so I had to catch it late, right? People talking about how Ice Cube, I guess they don't want Ice Cube with his league no more and all that. Gangster said he had reached out at them, they didn't want to reach back. And it's like that sometimes. Celebrities will say they're either too busy or too engrossed in themselves that they don't want to be bothered with what's going on in the community, but they forgot who got them rich. The community got these rappers rich, man. The community helped these basketball players with the endorsements they get when they get tennis shoes. Who the fuck you think buying LeBron shoes? Not just us, but who the fuck you think buying the communities? We endorse them, but they don't endorse us. That's where we got to take a real good look picture. Stop endorsing somebody that don't want to endorse you. You understand what I'm saying? I messed up on something. I'm trying to get somebody in here, man. I'm trying to get somebody in here. I'm trying. trying to get somebody up in here, y'all.
Hey,
Hey, what it do? Corey, what it do? Hey, y'all, this my nephew. This my boy Corey right here, man. Introduce yourself, Corey.
hey, top of the top, everybody. This Corey from Baltimore. You know, I'm a fan. You know, I ain't gonna say a fan, but a regular. You know, I tap into OG Bamm, and I appreciate some of the things that he speak on, and a lot of the knowledge that he kicked. Um, I got at OG like a little while back to talk about a situation. You know, he spoke on. It's funny to me because I trip off of it. But he was talking about the Rick Ross situation about him being a CO. And you know, I'm from Baltimore. I used to be a correctional officer, CO. You know, as you know, convicts and inmates call us the police. I trip off of that too. But like he said, you know, I totally disagree with how Rick Ross went about it in life. You know, faking and fronting. But I mean, you know, to each his own. You know, some people gotta fake it to make it. But with me, I'm 100%. You know, like y'all say, I would carry no cut. You know, I was a CO. I had to feed my family. That was the reason why I became it. And you know, I did my job. I ain't do no extra. I wasn't trying to be no RoboCop. And I got out of that field, you know, because I got tired of seeing brothers, you know, being oppressed in there, you know, locked in a cage, and it's a depressing sight, man. Seeing all these young brothers in there, then you know we in there, you know, extorting, targeting, bullying, you know, all types of stuff. We do it to our own people, but then you know when somebody of another ethnicity step up and do something, then we want to come together. But at the same time, at that we press on that issue, we back to attacking each other again, you know. But
Hey, hey,
another
hey,
yeah.
let me interrupt you right quick, now, Corey. Hey, Joe, check this out. The purpose of people giving people their names come up. It's the two dudes that had my name. We feel they worthy of our name, and we see some of us in them. Like every dude I wanted with the name Bam from my hood, I seen some of me in them. You understand what I'm saying? And that's the purpose of that, from the tiny to the little to the baby. They trying to uplift the image that I always that person upheld and created for themselves in their neighborhoods. But back to the nephew, man. You know, he one of the people that been watching the show, man, and he had told me he used to be a CEO, and I did this. I said, man, ain't nothing wrong with a lot of you. You understand what I'm saying? That's how you take care of your family. But the
Yeah.
best part about it was he's not a Rick Ross. He didn't want. It ain't like he hidden from trying that he used to work in a prison out there in Baltimore. See, Rick Ross came in the fields trying to be a hood cat when he wasn't a hood cat, and he exposed himself and he got exposed. But all he had to do was come out with the real and say, man, I used to be a CEO, right? But see, when I was in prison, Corey, like I was telling you, when I was in
Yep.
the pen, it was a lot of black COs that we didn't knock because they were COs. All of them didn't break the law. All of them didn't want to give us contraband. You understand what I'm saying? But they did represent the blackness by letting us know, hey man, the odds is against us. This is what we need to do to make it better within ourselves, right? And a lot of people don't get that. A CO is not police, they correction officers, man. Some of them just as crooked as the motherfuckers that's doing time in prison. I hate to say
Oh,
that. You understand what I'm saying?
oh, for sure.
But
Oh, for sure. I done seen it.
that's yeah, that's a fact. But I'm glad you hit the link and you tapped in. I said we was gonna do it yesterday, but we're doing it today. Uh, this somebody all the way from Baltimore, man, that tapped in OG Bam. This is what we gonna do. If you want to fuck with me, man, and you want to push a positive narrative on this thing, all you have to do is hit me in my email. We can exchange numbers, establish a relationship, and you're more than welcome to come up in here. So hey, Joe, Corey, keep telling them about yourself, man. What is your intentions? You was telling me you want to create a podcast, you and your uncle, right?
Yeah. So he my cousin, but he older. But so the thing is, like, Baltimore, right, man. Our city, like last night, we just had a shooting, man. 30 people shot, 2 people killed. A female was one of them that got killed, 18 years old. You understand? And it was at a block party. They was doing something positive. You understand? Partying, showing love to the hood. You understand? Like probably similar to a hood day out in Cali. And you know somebody come through, shoot it up, and you kill somebody's baby, man. The lady had to come ID our baby, and that's another thing. But speaking on the podcast, I just like to, get older, generations to, intertwine with the younger generations and, and my generation. And we trying to bridge the gap, because like you said, one thing, everybody said it can't be no peace. It could be peace. It might not be the peace that you think it's going to be, but it could be peace. And that's what I want, like, my podcast to be about. Like, everybody have a platform. Hey, why are you so angry, man? Like, what did the OGs do to you or haven't done for you that you feel you need to, that you need to get out the way?
Hey, peace, like you say, man, everything should be positive. Watch this, man. What I found out is this. Ain't nobody discourage us on the movement trying to have peace or truth in our community. It's on us to have that peace. It's on us to demand that peace. It's on us to put the footwork in, execute the plan, and be willing to make the necessary, like this, sacrifices to establish peace. See, some people ain't willing to sacrifice in order to obtain the peace. But it's going to be some sacrifices in order to obtain peace in our communities. And those who don't want peace, it's because they don't love themselves. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
See, I didn't care with the stiff conclusion after talking to my cousin, baby Crazy over from Raymond, is it ain't on the OG to get the peace. We got to go to them youngsters that got the influence in their community and bring them to the table with their enemies and have some form of positive dialogue and come up with a solution. You understand? We're going to learn how to talk to each other instead of talking at each other. We got to come with the plan and saying, we ain't just shouting this shit, we're about this shit. We ain't on this gang banging shit no more. We're on this grown man shit. If you're a parent, you no longer represent your neighborhood. You're representing somebody totally different now. You represent somebody that loves you and that's dependent on you to protect them and for them in order for them to survive and succeed into their life. And we lost that mission. And a lot of these youngsters out here, your age and younger, I ain't throwing no shades, I ain't throwing no loves. A lot of these youngsters, not all of them, I'm gonna say 30, 40% of them, got animosity at the OG because they got animosity at the father that abandoned them and their mother. So when they see the OG, they don't want to talk. They feel as though we ain't got nothing to give them or offer them because their father wasn't here. Well, hey, I'm not trying to be nobody daddy. I'm just trying to be somebody's big brother or a mentor in their life. I'm just trying to tell a person what I used to do ain't cool. And if you continue living the life that I used to live, I'm the best experience for you. I'm telling you, it ain't gonna work. It ain't gonna happen. Yeah, you might get $1 million with that bag. But in the process of having that $1 million, when they bust you and put you in the feds, you ain't got nothing to show for it. The house that your kids was in, you didn't even finish paying for it, and you wasn't allowing your girl to work. So now, either she gonna put a dude back in her life that's gonna help pay the mortgage, or she gonna lose the house and be back on the couch in her mama house, and the kids gonna be on the floor in the living room. See, that's going backwards. That ain't going forward. We got to continue moving forward and eliminate the hate. See, that's our biggest problem in our community is hate, man. That you want to dialogue on that? I know you got a comment on it.
Oh yeah, most definitely, and exactly what you're saying. The thing to me with that OG is like this. Back in the day, am I getting a lot of feedback coming to you?
Yeah, we got people up in there. We got 14 people coming up in here, man. There's 14 people in there. They gonna come in.
No, I was saying like my mic wasn't static, or maybe
I can hear you. I can hear you.
But like touching on what you just said. So growing up in my city, right? Our situation with the OGs like this. Remember, I told you, we considered the heroin capital for real. The smack capital, and the OGs. Like when I came up, our gang banging situation is kind of iffy, but we came up. You had the OGs that was out there in the streets. They was doing their thing. They shot dope, sniffed dope, whatever they did, right? But when we came off the porch and tried to hang in the streets and stuff like that, you know, they told us, hey, get your little ass out this corner. Get your little ass out this block. Go over there to the playground, be a kid, mind your business. So what happens now is a lot of them, when they take them out, you know, lock them up, kill them, or whatever they do, you know, get them so drugged up where as though, you know, they outcast. Like my father, he went from being big time in the drug game to, you know, being his own best customer. And what end up happening is the drug situation beats the OG down so bad to where as though my generation and younger, they look down on them. So it's like, man, you was somebody at one point in time, but now you're a fiend. We call them fiends, a drug addict. You're a fiend now, man. I don't respect you, man. You don't, how you gonna give me advice? You ain't taking your own advice, right? So people look at the game like, okay, I'm not gonna be what he was. I'm gonna be better than him. So the respect level changed. So I'm gonna tell you like this. My father, when me and him got back and linked up in life, I was down there graduate high school. And me and my father, we keep it real with each other. I don't call my father dad and nothing like that. It felt weird because another man raised me, but I still gave him that respect as my father. So we called each other cuz. You know what I'm saying? So one day he was like, man, look, he tried to hide it from me. Oh man, I go to holler at my man. We bet on horses and stuff like that because we're in my city we got a racetrack. And yo, can you take me around this house? I want to get some money to bet some horses. But can you give me 20? So I'm like, hold up. If y'all betting, why I gotta give you money? Long story short, he was in that cotton. So one day the dude that he copped from wasn't there. He had to go around there to the strip. And by a strip that means, you know, the block where they sell the dope at. And I drop him around there. I tell him I'm about to run around the corner to go holler at my man. I come back, this nigga standing in the line, little nigga talking to him like he crazy. Like, yo, get your dumb ass in the line. Get your stupid, man, you ain't getting shit. So I said, hold up, man. You letting this nigga talk to you like that? And you paying him for his, you know, for his drugs, and you gonna let him talk to you like that? So that's what really happened to a lot of the brothers. They let them drugs beat them down to where as though they lost their manhood. A nigga ain't take it from them in prison. Nigga ain't take it from them, you know, by punking them. They let them drugs beat them down and they turn them into their lowest form of themselves. You understand? So with that being said, like I try to help the young brothers a lot now too. And I got two cousins. One doing 40 years, one doing 75. You understand? And all these situations could have been avoided if they listen to me. See, they try to run with that gang shit, blood and I said, you know, this Baltimore, bro. We don't got no power in the streets here. We don't have no uh eight trade gangsters and all that stuff. Rolling, you know, be what you are. You know, be who we is. You know, my hat right here say my hood, Park Heights. You understand?
That's right.
And you know, that's where a lot of this stuff comes from, man. A lot of people want to perpetrate and imitate a role of a boss or a don and all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Instead of being what they truly are and being and serving the purpose that they truly here for. So that's why a lot of this situation, everybody got this sense of entitlement. What are you whining for? Yeah, my baby girl. A lot of this stuff, man, is just like a lot of dudes got this sense of entitlement. Like, yeah, OG, you ain't do this for me. You ain't do that. What I'm supposed to do, man? What I'm supposed to do for you? I can give you the game as best as I can. But what you want this game for? You see where it ended up? It landed me. It landed me in head and behind these walls, or the grave, or you see me out here struggling, chasing a fix. So a lot of people, man, it's just weird because people values their morals ain't the same. You know, now you look at it like I think blacks, you know, our culture is so easily susceptible to we want to fit in with everybody, not seeing that everybody is really stealing our identity from us. You see what I'm saying? They stealing our identity from us and we trying to take their identity. Like they not paying attention. No disrespect to the white brothers and sisters. Not all of them bad, but you pay attention to them. They tan. They tan. They want their skin darker. They want to look like us. You understand? It's sad that the Mexicans and the Latino community and us beef so heavy, and we don't see that we have a common enemy. The Armenians, the Indians, whatever the whatever you want to call them, the Middle Eastern people, whatever you want to consider classify them. They don't see we all had one thing in common. We have a darker complexion, and we look at each other like, oh, you underneath of me. You not this, you not that. You understand? But they quit the link with that white man and put in work against against their own kind. When he's sitting there laughing like shit. Yeah, they think we coming in peace, but we let them exterminate each other for a little while. Then we win. You understand?
And
you can't get mad at them for playing. You can't get mad at them for playing the game better than you. You teach them the game. They learn how to mastermind the game. You see what I'm saying? And we don't understand that we teach them the game. We taught them the game.
Yeah,
and they play the game against us.
Yeah, a lot of people, we so quick to embrace everybody, but don't nobody embrace us. We so quick to point fingers that people exploiting our culture, but we're the one exploiting our culture. You understand what I'm saying? And people need. I'm up, Solo. I'm up. I ain't going nowhere. I'm just listening to them. We got to stop allowing ourselves, stop allowing people to exploit our culture as well as exploit us. Because we're the number one people that's doing that, right? Yeah, blacks and Latinos got a whole lot in common. And for some reason, we don't see it. You understand what I'm saying? Latinos, some of them admit that they black. Then you got the others, they feel this entitlement about themselves, that they feel any form of admitting the truth about who they are and where they come from, it's going to be a problem. But no, see, the truth going to set you free. The life going to keep you on some bullshit. The lie going to keep you on some bullshit. Life is like a game of chess, man. It ain't about just protecting the king. It's about protecting your pieces. You understand what I'm saying? Because once the king is gone, he can't come back. But see, if you lose your queen on the board, you can get your queen back. But you got to protect the king. So if the king is the person that's supposed to protect the village, why is we trying to kill each other off? Because we're all king. You understand what I'm saying? See, bosses is born, man. Bosses ain't made. Because the dude get a sack and he think he that body in his head. He's still working in the low self-esteem kid. He feel less about himself because he got a sack. He feel he can talk down at somebody. Because I used to I had a problem with drugs. I was caught up in an addiction. I ain't never had no D-boy talk bad to me, man, because I think you already knew what I'd do if you talk bad to me. I'm coming with it. I'm going to take that thing from you. But let me just drop some signs on you. Don't never say your father manhood was taken. He just lost his heart. He was accepting whatever just to accept that sack to get what he wanted to get high. They don't, when a person manhood is taken, we take that, we interpret that as something else. I got a lot of homies that were caught up in that crack academic, right? Yeah. And it took a lot of their courage from them. That crack cocaine to take your courage from you, that heroin to take your courage from you, that meth to take your courage from you, and it'll make a person go in their enemy's hood. Thank you, Joe Farrell, to make you go in your enemy hood to create, to go get a sack. You would never go in your enemy neighborhood for nothing else, not even a girl. When you got caught up in them drugs, you'll go in your enemy hood to go get that dope. That's the power of drugs. That means we got a problem with drugs, mental health in our communities. And we got to start saying it's things to do. See, I'm one of them dudes that help you. I'm an expert at gangbanging. I'm an expert at gangbanging. I know what it takes to be a reputable gang member. I know what. Watch this. You don't be a reputable gang member based on word of mouth. You can't talk a good one and think you're reputable. Putting in work makes you a reputable. Not telling makes you a rebel, right? So we got a lot of dudes like me, Gangster, FG, them, and numerous others that's turning our lives around, and we trying to show the youth that it's something better than life that we used to live. Hey, man, I had some fun when I was active gang member. I'll be the first one to tell you that. I ain't gonna lie and say it was all bad. Shit, I had some fun. But it was many nights when I was a kid. I went home because somebody did a shooting. and my mother searched my body for wounds. Or I walked in the house, man, 2, 3 in the morning. My mom was sitting in the living room drinking a cup of coffee because she worried about me. You understand what I'm saying? Or my little brother, right? I remember one time, man, right when I was on the run from my house, right? It was New Year's came. And, New Year's they do a lot of shooting.
Oh yeah, for
And
sure.
my little brother paged me. Unbeknownst to them, I was someplace away from all the violence, the gunshots. I was with a broad in a room, right in Santa Monica, man, right in a cool ass suite. So I could get on the phone in the room and I called my brother, answered my page. I'm like, man, what's up, man? I see that emergency signal you sent to me. He said, no, man, mama worried about you hearing gunshots, right? I said, oh, I'm safe, right? So I was one of them gang members, man. Every hood got somebody that get beat up every time it's a function. Yet this
Okay.
dude continuously, he persistently shows up to the functions. Every time it's a function, he'll still show up and still get beat up. And I had a homeboy like that. He said, "Damn, I noticed when you be around homies, you don't really get low." I said, "Yeah, because ain't gonna be no excuses. You backpacking me or beat my ass saying I was drunk. I'm gonna want that get back." See, what a lot of OGs fail to realize too, we play a role in how some of the youngsters act today. Because we the
Right.
one told the youngsters, don't accept nobody pressing you. The motherfucker put his hands on you, get at them. So we can't get mad at that. We got to show them the strength and the courage it took for us to change. See, my big homies like Sumo, Marcellus them, Scary them, all my big homies, Great Cross Pit them, they courage to change gave me the strength to change. You understand what I'm
Right.
saying? And that's see, all change ain't good. Some change can be for the worse. But you got to decipher the real from the fake. You got to start surrounding yourself with winners and stop surrounding yourself with losers. See, if you hanging around with a gang of motherfuckers that ain't got nothing to lose and you got something to lose, you being a loser because you hanging around some people that ain't don't give a fuck if you lose anything. So why would you want to hang around somebody who ain't got nothing to lose and you got something to lose? No, you want to hang around people that's gonna continually uplift you because you're gonna continue to uplift them. Steel sharpens steel, man. Iron sharpens iron. And this is you can't love something you ain't. If you ain't never loved yourself, you can't love nobody else. You can't transmit something that you don't have. And this is what a lot of people ain't grasping today, right? So we so goddamn quick at pointing the finger and forgetting that it's three fingers. When you point a finger at somebody, it's three fingers pointing back at you. And
Got you.
this is
Yeah.
what we got to see. Uh, we our own biggest problem in our community. Yet we got a habit of pointing the fingers at the white man's the police. But watch this. If they see us with unity, you think they'll come fuck with us in our community? Hell no. Because they know if they see us as one, they know if they come fucking with us, what's gonna be the repercussions of fucking with us. As
Right.
long as they see the divide and conquer shit, they can do what you say. They can sit back and say, yeah, let them kill each other. And the ones that's still alive, we gonna come in and just watch them but right up out this motherfucker. That's why I always tell people, if we continue on this path, we going on today, the black man gonna be extinct. I mean, look at the news the other day. They just said fuck affirmative action. So that means
Right.
you got a person must put in more work in order to get what he wants. Don't look at it as a bad thing. Just look at it and say, look at it as a motivation. All right, you don't want to let me in here because of the color of my skin, because I'm a minority. Well, I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna work to get this. I earned this position. I'm finna get in my job. I earned this position to do this. I earned this position to get that. Stop taking things for granted and appreciate what you can do and what you have. That's what we're not doing, man. And it's sad, especially on the social media. We so quick and want to belittle each other, but glorify what the European is doing to us. You get
Right.
dudes that allow European to manipulate us and going at each other. Then when you correct him on he manipulated first thing, he said, well, fuck you, Corey, fuck you, Bam. All right, brother, I'm good. I can tap out your show. That's why I don't watch a whole lot of shows. You understand what
Exactly.
I'm saying? And that's what's going on. We got to come up, we got to stop shouting and start being about it. We know the solution, yet we act like we're afraid to bring the solution to the forefront. That's the problem. Fear do not supposed to put you in the corner. Fear supposed to motivate you to become better than what the fuck you was. See what I
Oh
was
yeah.
yesterday? My day to day gonna be better. I'm gonna make sure it's better. And I had a great day yesterday, so I'm gonna have a greater day today. It had already started. I woke up. I you. I got the front feel me? So this is what we're doing. This is how we gonna continue to grow. Because like I told you yesterday on the phone, every city got an Omar, man. Every state got an Omar, man. You
Oh
understand
yeah.
what I'm saying? So, listen
Oh
to me.
yeah.
Watch this. Why was one man on the wire? Omar had everybody, every dude, D-boy was afraid of Omar.
So
Want me to tell
you
you
know,
why? Because Omar wasn't afraid of himself.
right,
He wasn't
right.
afraid of himself. So when you're afraid of yourself, a whole lot of people ain't gonna be afraid of you. But when you're afraid, once you put it out there like, hey man, I'm willing to take a sacrifice of what I believe in, this is what's gonna happen. Like we got the story. I had somebody tap in, send me a good comment. It's a front line, one of the first 50 people that subscribe to my show. And I said, I respect your view and your comment on something. I love the comment. I like respectful comments, respectful views, right?
Yeah.
And that person gave me some game on the situation what happened in Chicago with the little brother killing that dude that did his brother. And I say, I'd have did the same thing. I wouldn't give a fuck. Yeah, I'm advocating peace in the black community, but if a motherfucker hit my mama,
He gotta
my head
go.
is saying I got to eliminate you. Although I
Yeah.
want peace, right? See, I'm terrified of the cemetery, right?
Yeah.
I don't want to go back to prison. But if somebody fuck with the kid in my family, Bam is gonna go. I'm gonna go back to prison before the mother and father ever think about going. Let me go do this because I know how to go do it. You ain't never did it, so I know how to
Right.
go do it and go in there and survive.
Right.
James White up in the house. What it do, baby? But y'all throw some questions at my boy, man. If y'all got some questions, throw them at me and I can ask Corey whatever you want me to ask you, man. This brother
Yeah.
is from Baltimore. He tapped in. He officially adopted me as his uncle. That's my nephew. We're gonna establish a relationship. He gonna
For
always be a
sure.
guest whenever he come on, he can come in. And this guest invitation is invited to anybody that will ever want to tap into my show. I'm gonna put the link up. If I say you come in, and we can make it do what it do. We're gonna continue to grow. We're on a movement of bringing peace into the black communities all over the world, man. This just don't
For,
stand in LA, baby. We want this to
right.
go all over the world, all over the world. We want peace in the black and brown communities, man. We want to. We're in the business of uplift. We're in this business of scribing the black love, not black hate. We're in the business of black wealth equal black love. Black love equal black wealth. That's what we're in the business. That's Bam channel. We ain't here to have no trolls come in with no bullshit. I'm not with the bullshit. I'm on my grown man tip today, man.
Right.
And it's because YouTube is a therapy for me. Corey, you understand what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Yeah.
And if I don't do YouTube, I'm gonna be a miserable motherfucker, man. Can the guest further explain this depression of being a CEO he experienced? Did you hear what I said? He said, can you further explain the depression of being a CEO that you experienced?
Yeah. So I'm gonna give you a couple scenarios and situations, right? So, like I said, I'm from Baltimore. We're a small, small city, man, small city. So, coming from the hood, like I got a big family, you know, understand, and my family was in the streets, from hitmans to kingpins to all types of stuff. You understand? So growing up, it's just my mom taking care of me, and my sister father raised us, when they ain't fall out, pretty much with my mother. So coming out of high school, I had to make a choice. I went to college. College wasn't for me. Me and my professor got into it one day. I was late for class, and he said something to me. It kind of fucked my mind up. White dude. He said, you don't have to be here, right? If you don't want to be here. And I said, you know what? You absolutely right. That was my last day of school. So I learned more in life than I would have learned in that college. The shit that they teach you is a curriculum, so it's pretty much what they want you to know. So when I worked in a prison, my first day there, I actually got to work inside the prison, the jail. Um, our jail called Baltimore City Detention Center. I got a lot of cousins in there, inmates. So this particular day I'm working, I had a dude come up to me. He like, yo, why you want to be a CEO? So I'm like, what you mean, bruh? He said, yeah, yo, why you want to be a CEO? Why you want to be a pig? So I said, so what I'm supposed to do? How I'm supposed to feed my family? And I hustled in the streets and everything like that. But it was older guys, like I told you, that man, this ain't for you, bro. Not that I did nothing bad or nothing. They just was like, yo, go be something with yourself. Get out these streets. They kid. So I became the CEO. So the dude say, yo, you supposed to be out in the block getting it. Yo, you supposed to be out in the street putting in that work, yo. So I said, putting in that work? I said, nigga, you in here with me. But we on two different sides of the fence. So he said, yeah. So I said, so I get locked up. I'm in here with you. It's hot as shit in this jail, right? We gonna be miserable. We gonna be going at each other, right? I piss you off, you piss me off. We gonna be in here slinging blades, right? So he was like, yeah, you gotta do what you gotta do. I said, yo, what you in here for? Drugs. I said, yo, you got a bail? He had a bail. Bail was $300. Like it was like 3,000. He had to pay 300 to get out, but he couldn't get out. So I said, yo, prime example, $300 to get you out of here. None of your boys got the money to put up for you to go on bail, right? He shut up and started looking stupid. I said, yo, you can't tell me what I'm supposed to be in life. I'm being what I'm supposed to be. You do you. So working in there, man, I done seen, like I said, man, see, Baltimore to me is a copycat city because we pick up a lot of other cities.
Oh, he tapped out. He gonna come back in. I hope you come back in, y'all. You got to come back. Oh, there you go. There you go.
Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, we pick up a lot of other cities' problems like gang banging and stuff. Like, man, our city, we weren't known for gangs. Like, we had a lower influx of bloods, and then next thing you know, the blood situation blew up. And I got into it with a lot of them dudes over there. It was just depressing, man. We had dudes firebombing people's houses because the lady snitched on the lady civilian. You firebomb this lady house, kill her and her 7 kids. That shit was depressing.
Whoa.
Made me want to put hands on homeboy. Coming in there every day just to saying that the majority of inmates in there is my color, look like me and you, or whoever. And just knowing you can't leave when you want to leave, you pretty much locked up in there with them. You understand? For the time that you in there. The really depressing thing to me was one day I was working in there. I was working on a tier, and I had dudes talking greasy to me. Yo, you a sucker. Yo, you this, that, and the third. I do this, that, and I me being me, I react to everything these niggas say. Yo, we could fight. We could do whatever. Da, da, da. So I had an older dude, an OG. He said, "Come here, man. Let me talk to you." He said, "Listen. You arguing with a miserable motherfucker. You go home after your shift, right?" He said, "But this dude gonna still be in here. He miserable. The more you argue with him, the more you making his day." So I was like, damn, you know what? It snapped into me, and it was like, yo, you know what? Pay these niggas no mind. They put their hands on me, and I gotta do what I gotta do. But man, it's depressing. Just like I said, man, the whole atmosphere when you get out your car and you gotta walk into that institution and clock in, get on your post and whatever the situation is, and all that you see in there is people that look like you. You see younger people that's coming in there that threw their whole life away, fuck their life off, man. Like I said, my cousin got 75 years. All over a situation for real that if he would have did the joint by himself, he probably wouldn't have, he probably would be on the streets today. Don't make it right. But that's what I'm saying. People do things to impress people. Then when you get caught up, everybody want to say, yo, keep your mouth shut. Don't tell. Don't do this. I was always told you going to do something, do it by yourself. You can't snitch on yourself. You can, if you want, you can snitch on yourself, but that's up to you. You ain't got nobody to fuck but you. You got to deal with that. But like I said, man, I chose to walk my path in life that I walk because I'm like this. I got younger siblings coming up. I had a brother and a sister. I still got them and everything. And my mom, I'm like, I gotta think of like this. I get in some trouble out here, I'm putting their life in jeopardy. Somebody shoot up the house, or let's say I get locked up in an institution. My mother gotta pay for a lawyer. Now she got to snatch money from her bills. Say it's Christmas time for my siblings, she got to snatch money from them. You know what I'm saying? So this whole thing is just like a revolving door to where as though it detriments the family. So
You call that right?
Say it again.
Yeah, you call that one right. Because watch this, man. A lot of us go to jail, and because our lifestyle, we think our family life supposed to stop.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? I was just blessed to have a family that still love me, and blessed to have homeboys and friends. Watch this. Not just Crip friends. I had Damu friends, civilian friends that looked out for me, sent me packages, looked out for me. Because I wasn't a greedy man, but I had homies that were spending $2,000 or $3,000 on the phone for me in the penitentiary, man. Now you think, damn, would have sent a motherfucker $3,000 to buy a cell phone in prison? Hell no, I wouldn't have. No, man, that 3,000, I could have spent that on something out here. But I was blessed and I appreciated that, right? And that's the problem, man. You get dudes. Everybody got a different opinion of things, right? But we all got to have a common goal. They're trying to do something in our life. Slick, if you want to tap in, you can tap in, baby. You know you can tap in. All you got to do is hit that link. You know you want to tap in, Kim, folks. You understand what I'm saying? Tap on up in here if you want to, Slick. But we got to start understanding, right? That if we don't make our community better, it ain't going to get better. If we persist on pointing fingers at motherfuckers, we in the pointing finger business. Let's stop blaming the white man for our motherfucking problems, man, when it's us that's creating our own motherfucking problems. See, if you know the cause of the problem, you know the solution to the problem. So don't run from it, run to it. That's all I can say. Do not run from the bullshit. You feel me? Stay with it, be true to it. Don't be new to it, be true to it. We all played a role in the bullshit that was going on. There's many ways to feed your family and get your bread. Just how I came up even before I started doing time. I could have been no pig in no way. No disrespect to no one. And I respect everybody. You feel me? Everybody respecting opinions, his opinion. But I need some, because I don't need no, and Damu, my folks, I don't need nobody to think I'm interviewing a CEO. When the brother told me that, I said, man, I ain't got no problem. See, when I first went to prison in 79, I told a few of my aunties and girl cousins, shit, y'all better come be a CEO. They making $80,000, $90,000 a year. Now, let me throw this at you. When they first went up Lancaster State Prison, do y'all know how many people, them CEOs that just started became CEOs, came from the hood? Watch this. Came from the hood and got them a square-ass job. And guess who helped them lose their square-ass jobs? We did. The ones in prison. Actually bring us that contraband, bring us the sack, bring us them phones. The building I was in Lancaster, every CEO in that motherfucker was from Compton. One lived in my hood, one lived on my street. I used to change his diapers. Gave me a can of Bugler and a Big Mac and some fries. He said, ain't got nothing else for me.
Yeah.
I had the whole girl, Sherry English went to Centennial with me, lived in the West Side. She worked there. Got escorted off the penitentiary grounds because we did that. We took advantage of them. We didn't give a fuck about their livelihood. We only cared about our own livelihood. I understand what Damu said. This is my view. See, this is a place where opinions and views can be respected.
Yeah.
Trust me.
Definitely.
You know Reggie Wright, come on, OG Bamm. Can't no police come on OG Bamm, but a correction officer came to arrest me. Yeah, I watch this. If I'd have met Corey in California pen, he was correction officer, I probably would have been putting hands on him, put his hands on one of me and my comrades. That's just how the game go. But the man was a young brother taking care of his kids. And he seen the bullshit and left the bullshit and they ain't doing something better in his life. So I respect that. I respect that. That's why we say it again, Damo. That's just why we were trying to get to Lancaster. Then you go to Lancaster, it's a goddamn 50-50 yard, PC yard, and it ain't a whole lot of black CEOs there. But when they first built Lancaster State Prison in California, man, that was the pen for the black man to get to because we finally was in position of power in prison as far as convicts go. English used to walk around every motherfucking morning and hit the cell door. Compton in the house, Peabody got mad. Petey Wack had to tell him, he said, man, that's Bamm homegirl. Bamm from 111, everybody thought he knocked it. Bamm from 111 finally told him when we was in Sentinel, he said, no, man, I knocked her after the big homie Bamm left. After Bamm from front of her left, that's when I cracked it. Watch this, man. I cracked the nurse in the pen, so I know what it is, right? You got some CEOs in the penitentiary, man, it ain't good for nothing. Rick Ross, the nigga that stole Freeway Rick name, he was one of them type of motherfuckers, right? Now, if this brother wouldn't have never told me he used to have been a CEO, I couldn't have respected him. But being that he told me he was, and I told him, I said, I'm glad you being honest with me as well as with yourself. Don't never watch this, man. Kill or not kill. Don't never be ashamed of nothing. No man or woman supposed to be embarrassed or ashamed of nothing they did in their life. See, I ain't embarrassed about shit I did in my life. I might regret some of the things I did in my life. Embarrassment? Hell no. Hell no. Hell no. I regret taking a brother's life, but I ain't embarrassed about it because that's the life I chose to live at that particular time. You understand what I'm saying? I'm going to continue growing and uplifting me as well as my community. So hey man, this is how the chat is, and my boy, like and Damu, my rag. That ain't just my rag and my folks. That's family, man. His opinion and views get weight with me, and I respect that. I respect how you said.
Yeah, hey,
This is
hey,
how we
listen.
kick it on those who can.
Oh yeah, hey, check this out, OG. Peep this. I don't take that as no disrespect, bruh. Voicing his opinion. Hey, listen. Everybody get put in life and get in certain situations. Like me, no disrespect to Don Moo. I couldn't have been the blood. You understand what I'm saying? Power, none of that. You understand? Because how I look at certain things, I just couldn't be up under certain situations. I mean, everybody got their thing. You know what I'm saying? Everybody ain't gonna like what you do. Everybody, you gonna have differences, and that's the thing with brothers. You understand? It's to me like this. You know, I'm gonna embrace you on whatever you do. As long as you respecting me as a man, I'm a respect you. Know what I'm saying? I might not agree with it. You know, like I done seen guys that that that's on the other side shaky. You understand what I'm saying? I
Yeah,
respect them, as long as they respect me. You see what I'm saying? Because that's the thing. That's how peace come about. When I can respect the man and feel comfortable in my skin, I'm good. People be
yeah, yeah.
homophobic. Oh man, get that queer away from me, or get that. You know what I'm saying? All that type of disrespect. If you comfortable in your skin and that man ain't making no passes at you, you good. You understand? A lot of people don't understand, right? A lot of reason why we're in our situations is because of the ignorance that we exercise. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I didn't grow up saying, "Hey, I wanted to be a correctional officer." You understand what I'm saying? That was far from anything. I had to do what I had to do to take care of my family. What the brother probably would have respected is I'd have went out there, picked up a gun, picked up a rag, and picked up a kid coke or something or some dope, sold it, fuck my life up, be sitting in prison. You understand? And that's the thing. And bro, I never said you was a blood or whatever. I mean, I don't know what you are. You know what I'm just saying? I'm just saying I
No,
couldn't.
he a
You
keyway.
understand?
That's one of the rags. He a keyway and he a solid one. Damu ain't
Yeah.
meaning no disrespect though, man.
No, no,
He
no,
ain't
no. Yeah, bro. But I
yeah.
don't take. I'm just elaborating on the thing. You see how I'm saying? That's sometimes how Say if I was an ignorant person and be like, oh, man, you don't know what you talking about. Some people would have jumped out their skin. I don't take no offense. I respect bro mind. That's the thing with us
Yeah.
nowadays. We don't respect each other mind. You got
Yeah.
the right to say whatever you want to say. You got the right to say how you want to say it. You understand? As long as you can stand on what you say. You understand? Like a lot of
Without a
people don't
doubt.
understand. A lot of people don't understand this. And peep this up. A lot of people perpetrate. A lot of people perpetrate. A lot of people tell you they one way. Like a lot when I worked in the prison, I'm gonna tell you something funny, right? In Maryland, they had this thing called, no disrespect to the Bloods, but they had this thing called NBA, no Bloods allowed. You understand? And that was the J brothers going at the Bloods. You understand? The Muslim brothers going at the Bloods. And that was a sight for sore eyes to me, to see brothers going at each other for no reason. Because you trying to press and push a line, you know what I'm saying? for no reason. And I'm like, yo, you know, that's the real depressing part of it, that we go at each other. But then you see these other dudes, they sit back and watch this stuff. And then guess what they doing? They thinking like, okay, now that they had it, they gonna do this. Shit, we gonna flood the yard and make our money off of them. You understand? Now we get ready to do this. Now, shit, while they already vulnerable, they already disbanded, we gonna attack them now so we can eliminate more of them. So that way our numbers can start looking good. You know, we don't think like that. You know what I'm saying? Everybody look at life. Everybody look at life right.
You call that one right. You call that one right.
Yeah. Everybody look at life right, and they say it's the halfway full and half empty glass effect. Everybody think some way life's supposed to be the way that they see it through their eyes, and it's not like that. You know what I'm saying? When I became a CEO, my whole goal was to feed my family. If I progressed in that and made it and retired from it, it would have been what it would have been. But that ain't happening. You know what I'm saying? I just got tired of it, and I was like, you know what? Let me make my exit up out of here. You know, and it's sad. Like I didn't sat down, and I'm related to a lot of legends in Baltimore. You understand, from the drug game and stuff like that. And it wouldn't have been nothing to say, hey, let me do this, let me do that. But when you got and you got the older generation telling you, hey man, you don't have to do this, Corey. You don't have to do that. Hey, go be something, man. Go do something. I used to play. I'm a football coach. I coach the youth. You understand? I couldn't play football for my final year in high school because I got diagnosed with high blood pressure, hypertension. It run in my family. So I ain't let that beat me down and say, damn, man, I ain't going to make it to the NFL, so let me go out here and just sell drugs, let me gang bang them, let me do this, let me do that. Nah, because at the end of the day, I love my mother enough to say I'm not trying to put my mother through that headache. You understand what I'm saying? I ain't trying to put that pressure on my brother and them because I do something, they can't get me because I'm only thinking about myself, that they try to attack my family. You understand? A lot of brothers just think one way, and that's why they end up in the situation that they end up. You understand? I respect any man. You know what I'm saying? Till you disrespect me. And far as just like how life goes, people don't understand. You know, you got to make your play. Like, I ain't going to disrespect nobody and say, I could have never been a crackhead or smoke meth or nothing. Like, I don't know, because you don't know which your hand is dealt until you pick it up and start playing. You understand? Everybody grew up and said 9 times out of 10 when they ask you what you want to grow up to be. Ain't none of y'all say I want to be the next Tookie and none of that, because Tookie wasn't probably prevalent until a certain while. You know what I'm saying? Y'all probably was saying I want to be a firefighter. Some people even probably say I want to be a police, depending on the presence of the police in your community. You understand?
Hey, 2 minutes I might have been to that one. I got you. I wanted to be a trash man. I wanted to be a custodian at the school when I was little. You feel what I'm saying? And when I became a crip, I wanted to be the next Raymond Washington. So I understand exactly what you're saying. Hey, watch this, man. And Damu can confirm this. Yeah, damn near every black dude that from a neighborhood got somebody from their hood or know somebody from their hood family member working in the pen. And then was the cool COs to us, right? Like when I first started off in the pen, I started off at Tracy. Don't you know Tracy is next to Stockton, California. Damn near every brother worked at that pen. I mean, came and did time at that pen. From Stockton, knew the COs and knew each other, mothers and fathers. Now, I guarantee you, and I might be 90% right, that them COs was low-key sliding on something on the under. I had a CO named Salisbury, man, give me a letter one day from a girl that I was writing at Stockton. He asked me how the fuck I get with this woman, because she go to his church. You understand what I'm saying? He knew. I'm like, oh, shit, I hope you don't say, but she didn't knew I was in jail, but I was always fucking up. But I understand everybody's points of views. I respect the view now. Opinion, I respect that. Because OG Bamm show, Damu is one of the most respected ones on the show. He's not gonna come at nobody disrespectful. He gonna voice his opinion like Bam. You understand what I'm saying? You
Yep.
sometimes watch this. In order to deal with the OG Bamm show and the frontliners, a motherfucker got to have that tough skin. We
Yes,
gonna
sir.
come at a mother. You understand what I'm
Oh yeah.
saying? Slick
Hey.
and say something crazy. Watch this. That's why I love Mary. She shared her opinion with me, and I was like, "Whoa!" And we didn't fall out behind it. We discussed it like grown people, and this is
Yeah.
what grown people do. Watch this,
Yep.
man. When I was in San Quentin, a lot of people don't even know this, man. I seen dudes in San Quentin shake their wives, don't want their wife or their girlfriend no more. 'Cause that's how much money motherfuckers was getting in San Quentin. The nurses, some of the nurses were selling pussy in San Quentin.
Oh yeah.
They brought a whole pro to the prison. All you gotta do is sign up, go through the nurse, and you can buy some pussy.
Oh yeah.
See, blacks can't. Let's not look down at our people for having a livelihood when the Hispanics was utilizing their people out their community. So when I
Most
was in old
definitely.
folks doing the war, when I was in old folks doing the war in '84, Mexican bitch named I don't like calling women bitches, but I'm gonna call her what the fuck she is. They caught this bitch on her knees sucking a Hispanic dude dick through the bars. In the CO form, uniform, and everything. But this bitch was bringing in real buck knives for them to stab us.
Right.
Now watch
Right.
this. We had black COs there, Miss Queen. She might wouldn't bring you that contraband. And didn't know she probably was transporting it. When I say, man, take this TV up to Damu, she taking a TV full of knives. But she allowed us to do things we knew the white CO wouldn't do.
Right.
It's a different working for the system and working the system.
Right. Right.
You understand what I'm saying? It's
Hell
a
yeah.
different.
Yep.
When I
Yep.
don't agree with a person, don't make me mad at a person. We just don't agree. Say it again, Solo. Say it again. So I seen it all in my days in prison. But I'm telling you, man, by my fourth year in prison, and I really started reading black literature and seeing how the white police and the Hispanic police was treating us, I was telling a lot of my aunties and female cousins, hey man, shit, y'all can make $8,000 a year. Y'all better come get this motherfucking job. You understand
Yeah.
what I'm saying? I remember one
Yes,
time, man,
sir.
I had a CEO after the ride in New Folsom, man, a pretty ass bitch named Washington, man, sister. They bring me out the shoe and shit. I hit the thing like this, say, hey, man, watch my back. Don't let me get stabbed, bitch. I ain't your husband. You understand what I'm saying? They're gonna get you married. You quit your job and I can protect you, but I can't protect you up in this motherfucker.
Right.
You walking in
Right.
the door, these people gonna protect you, but that showed me she knew them white COs might not protect her if the yard go up and we take off. You
Right.
understand what I'm saying? But I respected the fact that she had enough respect for me to say, Bam, protect me. I can't protect you, baby. But I can tell y'all an incident. This one time, some white boys wanted to rape a black CO in Tracy. She had, I forgot her name, she had a gang of ass, fine as a motherfucker. And the bitch, me and Rainbow, I was roaming one day at night, and I went in their wing. And the white boys wanted to rape her, beat her up and rape her. We went to the white boys and said, y'all can't do that. Y'all rape her, it's going to be a problem. We going to defend that blackness. And she was a CO. Now, that ain't saying we defending the CCO, police, is none of that. The majority of my crews, Corey, was based on beating up some COs. But I ain't never filed on no black COs.
Right.
Because black CO ain't never disrespected. They knew that you got some bootleggers. You had bootleggers up in that Uncle Tom bootleggers.
Oh yeah.
And the ones that them token motherfuckers, but all of them wasn't like that. You feel what I'm saying? And Damu was a solid cat. Damu was one of the people that walked in main lines like me and stood the test of time and brought the phone to a motherfucker that wanted the phone. If a motherfucker, me and him seen the worst of the worst and the best of the best. You understand what I'm saying? We respect our get down. So don't never think, and I ain't pointing fingers at nobody. Yeah, this is a respectful channel, but you gonna get it. We don't run from it. This ain't a yard. When we say a yard, we talking about a PC yard. This ain't a yard. This the real yard. You gonna do what you come here for, right? And this is how we do it, man. But that hour is almost here, guys. We need 15 more people for the raffle. $ OG Bamm 131. Enter the raffle for the marathon shirt. Need 15 more people. Support the channel. Hit the like and subscribe. It was a blessing, man, and a good time. Damu, I love you, baby. I love all the frontliners up here, man. If ain't nobody told you they love you today, OG Bamm, love y'all. Enjoy your Sunday and enter the raffle, man. Peace.
Hey, shout out Shout out OG Bamm. Hey, shout out Damu too, bro. I ain't take no offense to nothing, bro. But shout out to everybody. Shout out to Cali, man. Much love to y'all, bro. 100.
That's right. All right. Later, mate.
All right.